Hi, welcome to Monterey's Cooking. I'm Cookin Pisto. Today we're at the lodge at Pebble Beach, and I thought I'd just come out here and show you some of the beautiful scenery that we are lucky enough to live in. You know, being with all this beautiful coast and all these rocks, this is a fantastic place to catch crab. And Monterey's, you know, we have a Dungeness crab and rock crab that's caught right here locally. You probably recognize this 18th green here. This is where, you know, the used to be called the Crosby Tournament. It's now called the AT&T Pro-Am. And I know in the next couple of months they're going to be hosting the U.S. Open. So it's a pretty famous golf course. Also, it's the home of the Concours, the Elegance, you know, where they show those beautiful vintage cars. It's just fantastic. But like I said, you know what? I remember when I was a kid, they used to serve this beautiful crab dish here. Today I'm going to show you how to make it. Okay, let's head down the wharf and we'll go see if we can't find some crabs. Did you see the size of those guys down there? Now that's big. Now, you know, I'm here on Fisherman's Wharf. I'm with my buddy Buster. And Buster, hi Buster.
Nice to meet you, John.
Buster Cavello. Hey, we go back long ways, man.
Go school together.
Yep. He's manager of Consolidated Fish. Okay, he's one of our purveyors that we buy our stuff from. I called him ahead, told him to get some of the Dungeness crab. Today we're going to make stuffed Dungeness crab. So we're going to take these home, you know, feel so, okay, Bus, thanks a lot.
Okay, John.
We're going to take these home, put them in a box for me, and we'll clean them. Okay, see you at home. Sure nice going to Pebble Beach, and you know, any excuse to go there. But you know, folks, if you ever wanted to spend a beautiful evening, I tell you, a glass of champagne, watching that sunset there is got to be one of the most romantic evenings in the world. Try it sometime. But the best thing was remembering the crab dish. I'm going to try to make it for you today. We're going to be using Dungeness crab. Of course, in the East Coast you have blue crab, and that's very popular in the East Coast, the stuffed blue crab. I'm going to have a friend join us. Steve, you want to come in?
Sure.
Hi.
Hey, John. Nice to see
Steve's
you.
from Lockwood Vineyards, and these are his wines that we have behind us. Steve's going to try to match up, or Steve will match up a wine or two wines. We're going to do a white and a red. Just to break some rules here, right? Steve's going to assist me today in the kitchen.
Okay.
Okay.
Over
First
to
of
work.
all, these are cooked crabs already. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you take the meat out.
Mm-hmm.
Now you could go the easy way and buy crab meat already done, but you know what? This is how my dad used to do it. He used to buy the crabs, using that in those days. I think they were $1 a piece, maybe even cheaper, maybe half $1 a piece. And we'd take them home. And now he's trying to imitate that dish we had in Pebble Beach now. And so we'd sit around the kitchen table, picking the crab meat out, and eating half of it too, while we're doing that. Here, Mario. Now, we're going to save the butter. You like the butter, Steve?
Yeah.
In here? Yeah, Steve and I are going to eat this after. We will not show people that trick.
We'll spare you.
Yeah. Now we want to save the shells because we're going to stuff all this crab right back in there. So Steve, you know how to pick crab meat, I bet.
Sure do.
Okay, Mario, save the shells for me.
So that's why they gave these little things right here.
That.
That's how you pick them up. That's how I do it anyway.
There you go. Okay, I got my hammer, and I'll start cracking these for you, and you can start picking. How's that
Right.
sound? You get a mallet, and everyone knows. And there you go. So, Steve, you're the winemaker at Lockwood.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very nice wines. Now, do you folks have a tasting room?
No, we don't, but you can find our wines locally at a Taste of Monterey.
Where's
right
that?
Here, right here on the on Cannery Row, Monterey. Definitely worth a stop. Actually, lots of different Monterey County wines are represented there.
Oh, how many?
Well, probably about 24, 25 wineries.
Okay, let's explain that a little bit. There's a place down on Cannery Row called A Taste of Monterey that showcases Monterey County wines.
Right. We were actually a founder of the group, and we're not involved in it now for obvious reasons. But we wanted to make sure that there was a place where all the wines of the county were represented. People could come in, visitors could come in. This is a huge county. There's from where we are here at your place in Monterey all the way down to where the Lockwood Winery is about an hour and a half trip.
Holy.
So we were trying to get something more localized, and that Taste of Monterey worked very well for them.
Good. And how long has that been open now?
I want to say about 4 or 5 years.
Oh boy, that long. Jeez, I remember when you guys opened. Jesus.
Yeah, in fact, there's a new one going in Salinas right now as well.
No, wine tasting?
Yeah, right by the Steinbeck Center.
No kidding. Wow, how interesting.
See how this thing works? You ever used one of those? Really?
No.
Better than a
Well,
fork.
you learn something every day. Nope. Well, crab is such a nice dish to have. We're so lucky to have these. I know you go to the East Coast, you eat those little blue things.
Yeah,
It'll take
yeah,
forever.
yeah.
They sell them by the dozen over there. You're lucky if you could eat one of these, huh?
Well, and this has better the flavor on these. I think is better.
Yeah. You know what? They're all good. I shouldn't talk about it. Well, Steve, let's put this dish together. This is the meat we ended up with.
All right.
A lot of work,
Yeah, it was.
but it's okay. Do it with friends. You have a good time. Bottle of wine.
Better than that canned stuff.
It is unbelievable. I washed out the shells. Okay, this is what they look like now. All right. So let me put together the cream sauce, and I'm adding real cream to this, and this is going to be. Right now, the food police are probably jumping up and down, but let them. I hate the food police. Don't you?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, let's get that going. This is butter, folks. Yes, it is.
And what's the name of that butter again?
This is bluegrass.
Which is good for you, right?
Bluegrass. I tell you, this butter, you don't need too much of it, you'll be okay. Well, you know, geez, Steve, I mean, my God, we got all this red wine
right.
around us. That's the French
When
paradox.
when I eat something like this, I just have
Now-
another glass of red wine.
Does everyone know what the French paradox is? Everyone in the room know what the French paradox? French paradox. Go ahead.
No, go.
Okay, French paradox was the French did a study and they discovered that the French people have less heart disease than we do, and they eat butter, they eat goose liver, they eat a lot of fats, and they don't have any problems. So
Less heart disease than Americans.
and they narrowed it down to the red wine. Now I understand it was wine in general.
Red's still better than whites, but definitely for heart disease, wines are better for you, and beer and spirits to a much lesser extent.
And what did this do to the red wine sales in our country?
Skyrocket.
All right.
Skyrocket.
That's great.
We've seen staggering growth in the red wine area.
And you know what? And they're talking now. They're even saying for heart problems, and I'm waiting for them to come out with something with you lose a little hair.
Me too.
Maybe wine,
Let me know.
but they're saying what minimum? You know, moderate. They say moderately. Moderate is what 2 glasses a night.
Yeah, 2 to 3,
Okay,
depending
so
on
husband and wife can share a bottle of wine every night.
easily.
Jesus, folks, this is. I mean, my God.
It's kind of depending on body weight, but
What do you mean by that, Steve?
you and I could have a couple bottles.
Thank you. Okay, this is going to probably be the only time you ever see me use these kind of mushrooms. But we're doing the recipe from the way I remember it. These are good. You know what? You fry these in butter, they're absolutely delicious. So this has got onion, a little garlic. Steve, you keep your eye on this for me.
Okay.
Let's give it a little shot more of butter. Give it a little salt. A little salt here. Okay. You need.
I'm just gonna get the butter down into
Okay.
the.
So this is how we're going to start this off. Classic cream sauce. Oh, look at this. Heavy cream. I mean, it is heavy too.
You ready for the red wine already?
Pretty close. And white pepper.
Difference between white pepper and black pepper.
Is
I'm asking.
one's ground from the outside. The black pepper is the outside grind,
Okay.
and the inside is the white pepper.
So
So, it's
they-
a nut, and they shave off or they clean
I
off, or they mill it off,
Learn something new every day.
and
I don't flip like that.
has
That's your.
That's a tough one to flip. You can flip that one. You're better than me.
I won't try.
What kind of shoes you got on, huh? Suede shoes, man. They love suede shoes. Whoops. Okay, so.
Success rate in inverse proportion to the cost of the shoes. Right?
Oh yeah, I've gone through a lot of shoes, Steve. Let me tell you. So we want to cook this pretty good. Again, I like to temper it with a little bit with a little olive oil. So we're going to do the same thing to you here.
You want these to brown? A little
Yep,
bit?
I want these to brown. And we have to use sherry. Now, you guys don't make sherry, right?
Nope.
Anyone doing a dry sherry in California?
Couple, not dry, not like
No?
the Fino styles. A couple of sweet ones, but
I mean, the old
well,
Muscatels?
there's a couple of good Soleras out there.
Yeah.
Vince Satui up in Napa does a nice
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. Okay, yep, we're going to use this.
one. And, being a winemaker, sherry is oxidized wine, and I don't try to stay away from oxidized wines.
Now, when we were in China, all the wine that they made there, they oxidized it on purpose.
And
And yeah,
For-
that's what they drank.
is it bad winemaking, or
No, that's the way their taste.
they like it that way?
That's, yep. Okay, I just added a little bit of flour. Okay, a little bit more. I'm making a roux. That's not, you don't see many people make roux nowadays unless you're down in Louisiana. Okay, Steve, we want those to brown, so just kind of leave.
Leave them alone.
All right. It brings out
It's my
the
first
flavor.
time, you know.
It's okay. You're doing good, man. Shoes are clean. All right. Sherry, please. Oh, look who's here. Come on in. Look who's just come in. Come on, Cheryl. Come here. Show us that. Look what my wife just brought her to us. Come here. Look at this. Oh my God. Look at that. Where'd you find this at? Don't say it. Don't say it. I was only kidding.
Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz. Thank you. Look at this. You know what this is?
No.
Porcini.
That's a porcini.
That's a real,
that?
honest to God porcini.
Wow.
Fantastic. My wife is very bashful. Isn't that something? Isn't that beautiful?
Beautiful.
My God. Oh, we're burning everything. Whoa. Thanks, Cher.
Time to start.
Yep, now you can stir. We want that to get, oh, I need the cherry first. Got all excited here. Okay, watch your face. Now we want that, we want a fair amount in there. I better lower this, we're burning everything.
That smells really good.
Yeah, doesn't that smell good? Okay, now, we add the cream. Thanks, Steve. Now, you should add this when it's warm, but I didn't. Okay, we'll let it come up. I'm guessing this will be okay. Now, let's add the spices while this is coming up. I like to use fresh nutmeg. Makes a big difference. See that? There's the nutmeg.
That's what I use.
Use this too?
Put them in your coffee grinder.
Good. This is good for your fingernails, folks. Oh. It's a nice little file. Okay. We want a good flavor of nutmeg. That should do it. I'm going to put a pinch of cayenne. And I'm going to put some white pepper. White pepper, not yet. And let's stir it around.
This is getting close.
Okay, that's ready. You can pull that off. Thank you. I'm going to drain that off. So I'm going to leave the onion. Some people like to strain this. I like the onion in there. It doesn't bother me. See that? That's, you know how to make cream sauce at all? Yeah.
A little bit.
Okay.
Might-
You see what I did?
Yep.
Butter, cream. And don't use milk and don't use skim milk. Some people use skim milk for us. If you're going to make this kind of sauce, make the real thing, folks. We'll be right back. Hey, you did a nice job on these mushrooms. See, the mushrooms have to be brown
Learn something.
because that caramelizes it a little bit, and it gives the butter has a nice quick flavor to it. Now, I would add maybe twice as much mushroom, but we're just playing around here. Okay, now I'm going to do a little bit of the grated cheese. All right, now I'm going to carefully fold in. I'm going to put some more cheese. I want to richen this thing up. I want to put in the crab meat. Mario. Oop. All right, and we get the shells. Now we'll just fold it in like this. Now I need some of those breadcrumbs, Mario. I remember just a little bit of breadcrumb in there. Not a lot, just a little bit.
And those are spiced with parsley and
Parsley and garlic and
red-
cheese.
red pepper flakes.
We're gonna give this. Oh, I feel a shell there.
Uh-oh.
Oh, too much
To
wine.
fire the sous chef.
That's it. Okay, how's that look? It's pretty good. Now we just stuff that right in there, like this. Can I have a smaller spoon, Mario? Okay. All right. You see this? Like that. And like that. Look at nice big chunks of crab. Wow.
And then the rest you eat with French bread, right?
The rest we eat with that beautiful Chardonnay you guys made. Now this, I have an oven already preheated real high. And I'm going to put some breadcrumbs on this. All right. Now do this. Do this. Open the oven for me, please. And in it goes. And this needs a few minutes. This needs about 15 minutes. All we want to do is just brown those breadcrumbs. Okay, Steve, let's
Ready?
see what we got.
All right.
Oh boy, I hope these turned
And
out.
the kids are going to be jealous.
Oh my.
That is beautiful.
My. Well, there it
Look
is.
at that.
Nice and brown. Looks
You
pretty
can do the same
good.
thing with lobster.
You know what? You can do this with shrimp. You can do it with scallops. You can do it with lobster. You can do it with squid. Write that down, Christine. Squid. This would be incredible. What do you think? It's a base. But look how nice the presentation is.
Gorgeous.
You know, I mean, this brings back memories. My God. Just don't, you know what, you just don't see this dish anymore. They don't make it, but you know what, folks, if you drink it with red wine, I guarantee you won't have any problems. Look at this, we'll just serve it like that. And you know, I want to say something before we close here and start digging into our food. I think folks that live around here just really don't realize what we're in the middle of with all these vineyards around us and winemakers, people like Steve and that whole group. There's really a revolution going on here, and we are very, very lucky. So be aware of it, folks, because we are in the middle of some of the best wines in the world. And this is my business, I'm in it. And I'm impressed. Every time I taste wines, I'm more and more impressed with wines from Monterey.
Ain't seen nothing yet.
And I ain't seen nothing yet. So Steve, thank you for this one. This is a Merlot that is a very, very special reserve. It's just going to be released absolutely out of this world. I'm going to recommend it with the crab. It's delicious.
Try it
Plus
out.
your Chardonnay. I want to thank you.
John, thank you very much. It's
Folks,
good fun.
It's been fun.
Thank
It's been
you.
a blast. Okay, see you next time. We're going to eat now. Bye.